Hey everybody, this is going to be just a quick tech talk with Rio, and what I'm going to do here is show you how to run a program from your terminal on your own machine. And I know you're looking at an empty screen there, that's Redding, California. We've got some kind of Silicon something going on here. I've spent my life born near Silicon Valley, San Francisco, a little town you may or may not have heard of. But I didn't know how to code until I started using AI tools, Claude Code, Codex, and now I project manage AI to code. And so what you're seeing here is I have a file on my hard drive, which is tied to a repository that is held on GitHub, and there's a couple of places to do that, I think, but I'm really just doing it from GitHub. And so this, whenever I have Claude Code or whenever I have Codex work on my stuff, it will put my code in here, and then it will also push the same files and the same changes into GitHub so that I have a repository sort of in a cloud, right, that sits there and other people can work on it and create branches of software if you want. So this is part of my little effort to learn how to create my own software. So on my Mac, I'm on a MacBook Pro here. It's a few years old. FCI Weekly Update is the program I want to run right now, and it's a little app or program that I created with Claude Code and set up. So I'm going to right-click it, as you saw me do, and when I right-click, I'm going to ask it to open a new terminal at the folder. Right there, you can see that. What that does is allows me to have this is a command prompt terminal. And so this is where the operating system is the Mac operating system, but beneath that, there's layers of code where you're just command prompting the computer to do things. And this is where you're now operating here. And I've installed this little, it's a script, it's a set of instructions. It's written mostly in Python, I think, here. And the Python is a script that tells the computer to do things, right? And so what I've got here is I've got a command that's going to tell it to go out and search a bunch of places. Whoops. So if I press the up button, it just runs the last command that I ran in any terminal. And now I don't actually remember what I'm supposed to run for this. I think it's collector. Let me see. Let me get out of this. Okay, so when I press the buttons up and down, it comes up with the last code that I ran on here, but that's not exactly right. So let's see if I can open README. Markdown, Visual Studio Code. I'm going to open this. Markdown is apparently like a file that that will basically just read anywhere. It's almost like if you've ever used CSV files in Excel, the Markdown file is it's like a plain text, no format file that can be read anywhere, basically. Collector.py is the main script. Okay, requirements. I'm trying to learn how to run it here. I think it's just going to be collector.py, but let me see. Output, I'll open that. Yeah. Okay, whoops. Okay, collector.py. Should run it. Command not found. Why? I think I need to maybe venv, like open some venv, something like this. Oh, it's Python collector.py. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Python 3 is, for some reason, I remember that we've switched to Python 3. I don't actually know what the difference is, and that's fine. I'm sure you can let me know in the comments section. But now it is actually going to, there's a list of sources. You can see there in my file system, there's a sources.json, and that is listing all the websites that I want it to go to. And it's looking up financial crimes news in all kinds of different places. It's looking up regulatory websites. It's looking up news websites under keyword searches and all sorts of things of this nature. And as you can see, it's doing it for me. Okay. And then it renders an output. Wow. And when I go in here, if I open the right file, it's going to give me the HTML. It's in the output here, index.html. Bam! And what this does, and I need to now go put this into my website, but it renders its search results as an HTML website file. So this is still locally held right here. You can see in the URL, that's just a file directory, right? It's just pointing the browser at the HTML file. And it looked at 10 different sites for U.S. regulatory and 10 for news and 10 total international. We got a Peoria liquor store tax evasion. We got Texas tax preparers, got a fraud scheme going on, Chinese billionaire, 30 years in U.S. prison. Some really interesting stuff. So that is how you run a bit of code that you created on your own command prompt. Thank you for listening. This has been Tech Talk with Rio.